Hey, it's your pal Mike Shea from slyflourish.com and twitter.com/slyflourish. I wanted to talk about a couple of aids that I've been using for dungeon tiles recently that I found pretty useful. These aren't things you would commonly find in our general hobby store, but they are two tools that I think are really, really valuable. They're low cost and they can improve your game quite a bit, I think. The first one is a Toolbox Liner. Mike Merles talked about this in a blog article one time. A Toolbox Liner is basically a sheet of plastic that has these little knobs all over it, and it lies flat, and it's a little sticky. You know, it's made out of rubber, so it's not sticky like it'll put residue on anything, but it'll hold things in place. So the nice thing about a mat like this with dungeon tiles is that, you know, if you're normally setting up dungeon tiles like this, then they slide around. You know, you set up your nice room like so, and you know, you can already see it's kind of sliding around a little bit, but then you get it just right and you're like, oh look at that, this is great, let me get my minis. Oh yeah, we're setting up our minis. We got our guys here and our other dudes over here, and they're gonna fight. There's combat. It's going to take about 2.5 hours for combat. And here's the guy mini. Bang! And he hits him. Oh, no. But see, now, look, your tiles are all over the place. They never really hold in place, right? But if you use the magical Toolbox Liner, you can take these same tiles and you can lay them out like so. And they line up just like that. You know, no extra stickiness. It's different than the blue sticky putty, which I always used to use before. I think my days with the sticky putty, the poster putty, are over. See, now you have that same map lying on a thing, and if you notice, it don't move. That's staying right where it is. You know, it's very easy. You can lift it off very easily, but it doesn't slide at all. So now you put your minis out there, like so, you know, and they have a big fight. I'm gonna cast a spell, magic missile, you know, and nothing's moving around. Everything's perfectly fine. That, by the way, is pretty much how my game goes, just in case you were wondering. So that's one tool, but the other tool is, you know, sometimes you got these little corners, you know, and the little gaps, and maybe you want to place another tile on top of it. You're gonna put this special secret rune token. By the way, all of the tiles that I'm showing today come from Shadowghast Manor, the latest dungeon tile set. It's a pretty good tile set. It's got nice big tiles, but I'm not talking about that. I'm not reviewing the tiles, but that's what these are if you happen to see them. So the problem with this is, you know, now you got another tile in here and that slides around. And you don't really want to use the poster tack, and then also you don't really want corners. So we'll use my other favorite tool that works really well with dungeon tiles, but also works equally well with poster maps, which is the Polycarbonate Sheet. This one, I think it's a 18 by 24 inch. You know, nice polycarbonate sheet. It costs about, I think it's $12 to $18 at Home Depot. You can't really get it on their website, but as you know, you can lay it right over the top of your map. You can see the reflection of the lights in there. But now you have a nice, really smooth surface to put your minis on. Now the only problem I've seen with this is that the whole thing can kind of move around, and you know that can be a little bit of a problem. But generally speaking, it holds up very well. I really like this with poster maps because with poster maps it keeps the map perfectly flat and makes sure that there are no corners to the map whatsoever. With dungeon tiles, it's nice, but you don't always have to do it. So the polycarbonate sheet is, I think, between $12 and $18. The mat underneath, the Toolbox Liner, is about $9 from Amazon. I'll have links on this, and both of them are wonderful tools for keeping your tiles in place and keeping your minis sitting nicely on the tiles. So I highly recommend them. Thank you very much.